think I'm glad to be here. I'm not sure yet. This is a really important topic, and it's for sure complicated. But what I would like to do is start with a little bit of a journey going back to 2010, where our district really began that kind of jump into the complexity of technology and education. And it began when I started in San Luis Coastal. And there were two words that come to mind when I first arrived. And that is, when it comes to technology, and that was access denied. Our organization was so tightly locked down, like we feared that there was a boogeyman around every corner. And we essentially took the view that technology within our organization was filled with all kinds of scary things and things we should avoid. And I personally was very frustrated, as were probably the students and the staff. Now, with that said, since then, we have emerged, I think, as quite progressive, and to a point where I think we may have gone too fast, too soon. And I'm proud to say, though, that we have one-to-one devices for all our students. We have robust server systems, really top-notch preventative measures in place. We have integrated systems where various teachers and administrators can talk to each other simultaneously. And these are all really important when you're talking about student success. And so with that, I feel very excited. Now, I'd like to kind of shift it and sort of tell you a different story. And that is just a recent one. So imagine in my office, right before spring break this year, a scene where a whole group of concerned parents were in my office, angry, certainly troubled in their hearts. They were expressing their dismay around the endless streams of YouTube videos that were captivating their kids, not only in the classroom during the day, throughout the day, but also in their homes at night, and well into the night. And they really felt their homes were being disrupted, their children were being preoccupied with all the wrong things that were not educational. In fact, they were finding ways, the students were finding ways into creative ways of finding inappropriate content on YouTube in particular. And all of this on district-provided devices. Yeah, that's why I said I'm not sure I'm happy to be here. With that said, in response to this revelation, our district took decisive action, as revealed in the New York Times article recently. And that was a fun interview, by the way. New York Times, yes. And we made the decision to restrict access to YouTube on district devices within our Chromebook system for students. And as you might imagine, that simple response, that decisive response that I felt good about for a good hour or two, created this very intense debate, because nothing is simple anymore, among our executive team, among our educators, students, and parents themselves. I've received many, many emails. Quite provocative discussions have been taking place, and I can see both sides, actually. While we acknowledge the myriad of valuable resources that YouTube offers, we also recognize the potential pitfalls. From distractions during class to exposure to inappropriate content, and the sinister algorithms that are designed to send our kids down these potentially dark paths. It's a real thing if you didn't know that. As a parent and educator myself, I am concerned about excessive screen time that our students are spending throughout the day. We should prioritize core competencies like reading, writing, science, history, mathematics, with an emphasis, in my view, on creative expression and problem solving that lead to critical thought. These are essential life skills and core competencies that we must never sacrifice at the altar of the digital age. That's why we're taking a multifaceted approach to address this issue head-on, from limiting screen time at school to curating educational content, to establishing cell phones-free zones, to refining our technology policies. We're committed to finding the balance between harnessing the power of technology and ensuring that students develop critical thinking as well as personal responsibility. Think of it like pruning a tree. By carefully shaping how we use technology in our schools, we're modeling ways for our students to grow strong and resilient within the digital age. Yes, the rapid advancements in technology can be daunting, but let's not fear it or attempt to eliminate it completely from our schools. Instead, let's thoughtfully embrace it. It is a lever of innovation, collaboration, and safe exploration for the ideas of tomorrow. I would like to close with a story. I regularly meet with over 125 students in grades 5 through 12, and it's called the Superintendent Student Senate. I met with them, just so it happens, yesterday. I didn't do that on purpose, it just happened to fall that way. And I couldn't miss the opportunity to ask them how they felt about this. Yes, I see it, I'm almost there. I couldn't help but use that opportunity to ask them the question, how did they feel about us blocking YouTube from their devices? And these are students from all walks of life, many of them going to Harvard, Stanford, Berkeley next year. Quite accomplished kids, all the way to kids going to the private sector, to the workforce, and so forth. And they admonished me yesterday. They thought I was trying to solve the wrong problem. And I'm still soaking that in. They felt that it was foolhardy to try and get us to block things from them when many of them have their own cell phones and they just create their own hotspots, and us adults are foolish. All right, and so, but I would like to leave with this one. Oscar, yesterday, 6th grade student senator, Oscar. Love this kid. He asked in front of 125 people to me, what protections do we have as student senators, Dr. Prater, if we reveal how we get around these blocks that you've implemented? Game on, Oscar.